Hi there, let me spin you a tale about one of the Algarve's best kept secrets, Barranco do Demo. Now don't let the name put you off. Barranco do Demo, Devil's Ravine, sounds a bit ominous, doesn't it? But trust me, there's nothing devilish about this place, unless you count how devilishly beautiful it is. Picture this, a winding trail snaking its way through rugged hills, blanketed in cork oaks and wildflowers, with the scent of eucalyptus hanging heavy in the air. It's the kind of spot that makes you feel like you've wandered into some forgotten corner of paradise. But before we dive into the nitty-gritty, let me tell you a bit about the name. Legend has it that the ravine got its name because, well, locals swore they heard eerie noises echoing through the valley at night, wails, whispers, and other such spooky sounds. Turns out, it wasn't demons or ghosts, but the wind playing tricks through the crags and trees. Still, the name stuck, and it does add a bit of drama, don't you think? Now, the trail itself is a bit of a gem. It's not too long, just enough to stretch your legs and feel like you've earned that cheeky pint later. You'll come across natural springs along the way, bubbling up with crystal clear water. They say the locals used to rely on these springs back in the day when the village was more isolated, and keep an eye out for the wildlife. If you're lucky, you might spot a hoopoe. That's a bird, by the way, with a crest on its head that makes it look like it's just come from a fancy dress party.
Canal de Instagram. Queres ir ali primeiro, que já estou ali? Cuidado nas correias aqui, que ficam um bocado escuro.
Let me tell you about a little slice of history tucked away in the Algarve hills, Alfers's castle. Well, I say castle. Don't go expecting towering battlements and drawbridges like something out of a medieval fairy tale. What we've got here is more of a whisper of what once was. A few stones here, a bit of rubble there, but oh, the stories those stones could tell. Now, first things first, you might be wondering, what's a castle doing all the way out here? Good question. Turns out, back in the day, this was a prime spot for keeping an eye on the surrounding valleys. Strategic, they'd call it. The Moors, who ruled this part of Portugal from the 8th to the 12th century, were big on using the high ground to protect their turf, and Alfers's castle was no exception. And here's a fun bit of trivia for you. The site wasn't just used by the Moors. Archaeologists reckon people have been hanging about on this hill since the Bronze Age. That's what, over 3,000 years ago? Makes you wonder what drew them here in the first place. Was it the view, the fertile land, or just the fact that you'd get a nice breeze to keep the mozzies off?
Yep.
As you make your way through the trail, you'll come across some old stone ruins too. These are remnants of the rural life that once thrived here. Imagine families eking out a living, surrounded by this untamed beauty. Now, speaking of locals, let's talk about Alfers, the little village nearby. It's a proper slice of old Portugal, tucked away in the hills. Tiny cobbled streets, whitewashed houses, and a pace of life so slow you'd think time had forgotten it. But what I love most about Barranco do Demo is how it feels like stepping back in time. There's no rush, no noise, just you, the trail, and the hum of nature. It's the kind of place that makes you stop and really take it all in. And isn't that what life's about? So, next time you're in this neck of the woods, do yourself a favour. Lace up your boots, pack a snack, and maybe a flask of Madronjo if you're feeling adventurous, and head out to Barranco do Demo. Just don't blame me if you get hooked and never want to leave.